I guess I'm starting a YouTube. Hi, my name's Gianna, and you might be saying, what? Who are you and why do I care? I'm 23 years old. I just finished my first semester in vet school. Yes, vet school. And I'm also a competitive bodybuilder. I'm in the pursuit of my IFBB pro card, therefore my two worlds collide often. I wanted to create a series showing my journey into competing, hopefully and reaching a professional level, as well as how I balance school with that for a few different reasons. I want to be able to look back at this and relive it all. I'm also delusionally optimistic. My story starts like everyone's. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin, so I decided to go to the gym. I realized I just wasn't feeling as confident in myself. Started to take things a little bit more seriously. I really focused on a structured workout plan. I was infatuated with everything, so I would listen to podcasts, read books, like learn what buzzwords meant, like hypertrophy and progressive overload, and I don't know, anything you can think of. And I started to implement that into my life, and it became super, super important to me. I also really focused on diet, actually. I want to say that was almost more of the forefront of my brain, was eating clean. I wanted to start to live a life that I was proud of. I didn't feel like I was putting my best foot forward in a lot of ways, and I was neglecting myself. So with all of that being said, I started to make some really amazing progress, and I had a few people come up to me in my gym and ask me when I was competing. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's kind of when I learned what bodybuilding was. I specifically had one girl approach me and start talking to me about what it is. And she said, oh, do you compete in bikini? I said, again, I really don't know what that is. She started to explain it to me. She was an ex-competitor and she had a friend who was a coach. The conversation kind of ended there and I went about my business. And then at the end of my workout, she came up to me again and she said, can I please just put you in a group chat with my friend and will you talk to him? I kind of just looked at my boyfriend because he was there and I was like, what do I do? Now here we are. So fast forward, I competed in my first bodybuilding show October 3rd of last year, and it was the most amazing thing. I do have a lot of this up actually on my TikTok, which is where I started posting. So I guess if you want like recaps of things, you can go through my TikTok. There's a lot of stuff on there though. And then I just competed in my second bodybuilding show, June 6th of this year. I love it. I love it. There's nothing else I can say other than I love it. And I want to share that with everyone. I also want to be able to relive this whole journey because I think it's absolutely insane to be going through a DVM program and pursuing an IFBB pro card, and I don't know what is wrong with me, but here I am. I want to touch a little bit on why I'm pursuing an IFBB pro card. Although I am pretty new into competing, I feel such a sense of conviction towards this sport, and once I started bodybuilding, literally everything else went out the window. I have ridden horses my entire life. I thought that was where my focus was. I thought vet med was where my focus was. And the second I started bodybuilding, nothing else mattered. So you might be asking yourself, why am I still in vet school? Well, I haven't made a career out of it yet. Now that we got all of that out of the way, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at now. Number one, I'm on summer break from school. Number two, my feedback from my last show was really freaking good. The main thing I have to focus on are my tie-ins, which we knew. This last prep was so hard for me. Not my brain, not my mental, my body. My body rejected prep every single step of the way. And I think a lot of that had to do with my cortisol levels and just stress from school. My big feedback was my tie-ins. They just want to see them denser. They want to see them more cut. Plan is to deliver on that. I am competing in another show. I don't think I want to share it right away. As we are reversing out of this show, we're going to enter a slight maintenance growth phase, and then we're going to go back into a prep. So it will be relatively soon. I'm 5'7" and a quarter, so it's quite hard for me to put on density width-wise. That is our big goal right now, is to reverse into a point where I can start to put on a little more width and then cut back down, see where that leaves us. I want to be as raw and vulnerable as possible on this channel because I really feel that that is the best way for me to share my journey and what I'm going through, because not every day is easy. Not every day is picture perfect. Sometimes my house is a mess. Sometimes my mind is a mess. Sometimes my dogs are driving me nuts and I feel like I'm gonna explode. And then other days I feel perfect and amazing. And I really want to encapsulate that on here. So I'm gonna be showing everything. The stress of school, my diet changes, my cardio changes, my weightlifting, my grocery hauls, financial struggles. I don't know, literally anything you can think of, I'm gonna share it on here, especially if people ask for it. And my plan is to just remain as genuine and honest with everyone as well as myself, and not hide my struggles, actually exploit them a little bit, because I feel like that is what needs to be shared. So if you are interested in watching me pursue an IFBB pro card while also trying to survive at school, I guess follow along.